KangasCloud out of the shroud. Coming at you loud like an explode.
Hey guys, KangasCloud here, and we are back for another Pokemon Wi-Fi battle. This one is against a good friend of mine, Lance. You might know him as SirQuags, and we decided to dip into the NU tier and have some fun with that. So you'll notice I've got my Grumpig, my Bouffalant, my Ariados, my Mr. Mime, the Golduck and Golurk. Go. And he's got the Rotom Fan, the Lapras, the Swellow, Magmortar, Granbull, and the Sandslash. So he's rocking a pretty scary team. And you'll see as the battle starts going on here that I made some very key misplays, and so don't think that I don't notice them. But it is a very interesting battle nonetheless. So I hope you enjoy. So, of course, in any Pokemon battle, lead matchup is key. And I thought he would send out the Sandslash to try to put out some rocks on my side, just to mess with me, and he does. And so I lead with the Grumpig, because I do have a trick for those rocks. I'm going to go ahead and Magic Coat, which I got a little too smart for my own good, because I do go ahead and set the rocks up, and whoopity-doopity, look at me dance. But, I kind of forget that this thing also gets Rapid Spin, which I knew because I run Sandslash, but so my cheeky little move there doesn't do anything because I didn't decide to go in the Golurk, which would have been the ideal play because I could have kept those rocks up, which you'll see later on probably would have helped quite a bit, but he's able to get his rocks up now, and at this point I'm just kind of like, whatever, I'm just going to start setting up something else. Okay, so my goal here, mine seems funny because I do know he has the Rapid Spin. My idea here is that I'm just going to keep throwing hazards his way, and eventually I'm going to trick him into just attacking me, which he actually does in this turn. So I am able to get the sticky web up, as you'll see here. And the Earthquake, I know I'm physically defensive, or I've got a little bit of defense investment plus HP, and I can take a move from this thing. And so I've got the sticky web, and now I decide to go out into the Golurk, predicting him to Rapid Spin away, because I know he doesn't want sticky webs up. I know he doesn't want to be walking around with things on his feet. So he does go for the Rapid Spin. And I've got my Assault Vested Ghost Bot. And I do predict him to switch out on this, knowing that he can't do anything, or just going for the knockoff. And this does reveal he has the knockoff, which I thought he'd probably have. So I do go ahead and sacrifice my Spider, because I know that would deal a little bit more damage to my Golurk than I would like. I could probably take it, but I don't want to take it at this point. So I go into my God Duck here, my Golduck the God Duck, and yeah, there's a Lapras, and I knew there was a Lapras, but he thought I would know, and I would go for the Focus Blast, predicting it. But I don't actually have Focus Blast, so I thought, YOLO, I'm just going to go for water for the Hydro Pump, and if that Sandslash stays in, then I will be beautiful, but it doesn't, and yeah. So he's winning the prediction game at this point very clearly. I'm just kind of scrambling. So I send in Snowball here. Shoutouts to anyone who's read Animal Farm, but I'm gonna go ahead and eat up that freeze dry. I've got the thick pad. I've got the leftovers. So I'm eating up the ice and I'm eating up my leftovers, and I'm just numbing away. At this point, I'm a little nervous about this Lapras. I thought actually he would switch out here, so that Toxic was in vain. I could have just gotten some nice damage off, which you'll see later. That would have helped me. All of these things you'll see later would have helped me a lot if I'd gotten a little more damage off on this Lapras, but I decided not to. I decided to predict the switch, and now, knowing that I'm probably not going to Toxic again, or thinking that I will, he goes into his Swellow, and you'll notice there are no rocks on that side, which would have helped so much. Sorry, a lot of this battle will probably just be me crying about the mistakes I made in parts of the battles past. But he is a Gut Swallow, so even if I had gone for Toxic, it wouldn't have mattered. But I do Protect on him, so I can get an eensy weensy bit of damage off as he takes a little bit of poison. So, that's something. So I know it's going to go for U-turn, and at this point I'm thinking, you know who I never really liked? Mr. Mime. So there you go. And you know what? I I'll be honest, I'm not a huge Mr. Mime fan, so he doesn't even get a nickname. He's just Mr. Mime. He's just what he is. He's a mime who is a mister. But anyway, so that soul is going to go ahead and U-turn, and this is it's actually a choice scarf, Mr. Mime, so I mean, it might have helped later, but whatever. I mean, really, I just don't like it. So he does come in, and I go ahead and I trick him, thinking what I thought I was doing at the time was stopping him from using Rest, which I thought for sure. But it turns out it was Assault Vest, which I could have predicted. I could have, but I didn't. So sue me that I didn't predict that. So he is able to take me out there, but his Assault Vest is gone, so I'm thinking, okay. So I know it's not going to rest on me, and at this point, I'm thinking he wants to save this thing, but he doesn't. So I go ahead and I rain dance on the Lapras to stay it in here, and I'm setting up my Swift Swim, but it's for naught because he just stays in, and I boost his Surf, and yeah, God Duck is really mad at me for predicting wrong again. God Duck's like, you sacrificed me for no reason, and I had Ice Beam, Hydro Pump, and yeah. And the Psyshock. And the Psyshock is just so close to taking you out, which, if you'll hearken back with me to days of old, if I had hit once with the Grumpig, I could have saved my Golduck. But no, none of that ever happened the way I wanted to. So Golduck's dead. So that's sad. So I predict the Sand Splash to come in now to try to Rapid Spin. So I'm like, screw your Rapid Spin. I am a ghost bot. I am the ghost of a robot. I am Wally's dead dad. Okay, that was a weird tangent to go off on. But anyway, I know we can't represent. I know the knockoff is coming, so I'm just gonna go in for my nice and powerful Ice Punch here, which I know this is defensive, so I'm pretty happy with that. And I know I can take a knockoff, even though I didn't want to, but I don't have a switch now. But my Assault Vest is gone, so I mean, that doesn't really matter at this point, as you'll see later. I mean, it could have, but the way it turns out, it doesn't. So I'm thinking long term here. I want to actually get a little bit of health back, so I went ahead and went for the Drain Punch. Now, this surprised the heckles out of me, because what if I had gone for Ice Punch again? Hello? But anyway, he maybe predicted that, but I don't know. But he's going to go ahead... And this becomes kind of ridiculous here. He's going to go ahead and give me the Choice Scarf, which I'm actually strangely okay with because I'm able to just hit him with an Ice Punch, which is what I was going to click anyway. He's dead, so bye. He might have predicted a switch. I'm not really sure. But anyway, I'm Choice Scarf and Ice Punch, so I'm just kind of like... But at this point, too, I did see how much damage that last one took off, and I knew I probably couldn't get him with poison and everything, but anyway, I go for the Ice Punch again, and the stupid pink fairy dog goes in, and he just intimidates me, and he doesn't look that intimidating, really. I mean, he's got like those weird, like, bottom teeth fang things that are part of his... What are those? Things on his mouth. Anyway, he does intimidate enough that the Ice Punch isn't going to do much, and I know probably a Crunch or a Play Rough is going my way, so I go ahead. Sorry, Snowball, but you gotta die. You're probably wondering, why did Snowball have to die? Well, because nobody else could. So, bye, Snowball. So sorry about that. But anyway, this thing isn't looking too scary now because I do have the power. I have the power of the ancient buffalo. So, Tatanka, it is your time. When Tatanka comes into battle, no Pokemon shall live. As I go for the Iron Head. Now, I want to go for a nice safe Iron Head, kind of predicting him to stay in. Or I didn't want to do any move to do recall. At this point, honestly, I probably should have calced this because I am choice banded with this thing, and it might have been nice to leave that in to hit that thing, but if it didn't take it out, I didn't want the sticky webs to go away for a Pokemon you'll see later. So he does go for the Rapid Spin, which is, I'm thinking, that's great. So here, my thing, I'm starting to think a little bit long term. and I want to go ahead and get some health back. And maybe he predicted the Ice Punch, which, too bad for you. I actually went for the... Not predicting this, to be sure. I just wanted to try to get some of that health back, but the Drain Punch, and poor Magmortar, I'm actually guessing. I'm guessing that this thing was scarfed, but he's in Sticky Web, and he tricked me, the Choice Scarf. So my slow ass is gonna go in and just hit him again. So bye-bye, Magmortar. Threat neutralized. Threat level midnight becomes threat level noon. Yeah, I went there. And so Sandslash is going to come back in. At this point, here's my thinking here. And I might have played out better just to stay in and go for the Drain Punch to try to take this thing out. But here's my thinking here, is that percent of HP, I'm almost positive I can live a Brave Bird from the remaining Swallow. So I know I can take whatever hit he comes in with here at me, and I can go ahead and I can just go off. Now this is beautiful. This is actually one of my favorite moves from my Fatal Rising. Go ahead and go for the head charge. And yeah, nothing lives that. Let's be clear. Nothing lives that. And if I had been smart, to be honest, earlier, I would have just done that instead of Iron Head, but I didn't. Anyway, I know this thing's going to kill me, and here's where it comes down to the wire. So my Golurk is at a percentage of health. This is like the only thing I actually calced during this battle. I was like, okay, what health is going to be at? Can I take a Brave Bird from this Swallow? And so I go and I'm like, okay, that's nice, and that's somewhere around 75%, and I'm max HP, and so I go ahead and look at the damage calcs. His Brave Bird's going to do somewhere between like 70 and 80%, so it's like a 50-50 that I lose!
Well, let me give you a word of advice. Always bet on black.
So yeah, I mean, damn you, Swallow. Damn you and your beautiful blue wings. But anyway, yeah, I did make some misplays early on that probably would have secured me the battle there. I probably wouldn't have even had to go down to that crazy 50-50 at the end. But that's all good. That's how it is. It's Pokemon, and I was happy to lose against my friend Lance. Don't get me wrong. So I had a lot of fun with that battle for sure, and I hope you had a lot of fun watching it. And really quick, I was going to bring this up at the beginning, but I kind of forgot. We're almost at 1,000 subscribers on this channel, so if you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and do so, because you could be a part of that momentous milestone for me, which I would thank you with an air hug. I would hug you in the air. Like I'll pretend to hug you, and you can pretend that I'm hugging you, and that's just getting really weird. I'm going to stop saying the word hug. Sorry, that battle I'm kind of excited. But anyway, we're almost there. So if you don't have a YouTube account, you're watching this, make one. Sign up for one and like the video and subscribe. I'm assuming if you watch to this point, hopefully you liked it, or maybe you're just waiting to the end to decide like, oh, I didn't like it. Which kudos to you, because that takes a lot of endurance to wait to the end of the video to dislike it. But anyway, I hope you're all doing well, and I've been talking way long enough, so I'm gonna go ahead and head out. But as always, this is KangasCloud going back to the Shroud. Bye bye.